Alright guys, welcome to today's video. We have lots to discuss today. If you're into gaming and you're interested in PlayStation news, rumors and leaks, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and join the gaming community here on YouTube. Discussing the PS5 Pro over the last few days has revealed so many people, quite literally, are having a freaking meltdown, literally going out of their mind trying to convince me and others interested in the PS5 Pro not to buy the Pro. I mean, I find it bizarre human behavior. The meltdown is real. Watching people in the comments trying to quite literally cope is unbelievable. Trying to offer specs and PC builds to convince me and others that the PS5 Pro is not required. I have never witnessed anything like this before. Well, the hate, the coping, the meltdown is about to hit a new level as more and more games come out and confirm that they are PS5 Pro enhanced, meaning that they will perform at their very best and most importantly play their very best on the PlayStation 5 Pro. Developers and publishers are coming out to say that they cannot wait to optimize their games for the PS5 Pro. They know that if they can get their gamers to play and experience their games where they play best on a console, then that's what they're going to do. Get as much juice as they can out of the PS5 Pro as possible to give us, the gamers, the very best gaming experience available on the console platforms. And this doesn't sit well with a small minority of people out there. It really doesn't. And they're coming out and being all vocal about it. But guess what? No one really gives a shite about what they think. They can hate all they want, but people are still out there ordering the PS5 Pro, getting ready for their PlayStation to arrive in November. The devs are out here working their magic on the games to optimize them so they look and play brilliantly. And talking about the games that are going to play brilliantly on the PS5 Pro, let's take a look at one of the biggest games which sells the most copies every single year. Like it or loathe it, this game sells a shit ton every single year. And what a predicament the game puts its owners under. Call of Duty Black Ops 6, it sells the most copies every single year. So as rumors start to gather around the release of the PlayStation 5 Pro, many fans are speculating about how upcoming games will leverage the PS5 Pro's console's advanced hardware. One of the most highly anticipated titles is Call of Duty Black Ops 6, the next installment in the iconic Black Ops franchise. And although no official statement has been made regarding the PS5 Pro and its optimizations, and I'll come on to that and I'll tell you exactly why that's the case, the history suggests that the Call of Duty series will embrace the hardware to its fullest potential, just as it has done with previous console upgrades. A potential PS5 Pro patch for Black Ops 6 could bring dramatic improvements in key areas including 4K resolution, smoother frame rates and much more sophisticated ray tracing, which will only be found on the PS5 Pro. These enhancements would elevate the game's signature fast-paced multiplayer battles and story-driven campaign modes, offering players a more fluid, immersive experience. In a game where every frame can mean the difference between victory and defeat, these types of optimizations could provide an edge for competitive players while also delivering breathtaking visual realism. With the PS5 Pro's likely improvements in processing power and graphics capabilities, it seems inevitable that Black Ops 6 will take full advantage of the new console's capabilities. Black Ops 6 series is known for its fast gameplay, chaotic environments and visually intense combat. The PS5 Pro could bring all of this to life in stunning detail, pushing the boundaries of realism in virtual war zones. And as part of a broader industry trend, game developers are increasingly expected to release the next-gen optimized versions of their titles on the PS5 Pro. In fact, it is mandatory for any game released after September 2024 onto the PlayStation platform that it must be optimized for the PS5 Pro. Remember that this was mandated by Sony. Any game on their platform, if you want to make a game for PlayStation after 2024 in September, you must support the PlayStation 5 Pro. All devs and publishers have known this for quite some time. While Black Ops 6 hasn't officially been confirmed as a launch title for the PS5 Pro, all signs point towards a day one release with full enhancements. This would make the PlayStation version of Black Ops the go-to place to play Call of Duty, despite Microsoft's ownership of the franchise. It's a real tricky space for Microsoft. I said earlier, I'll come on to it, and this is it. It's really tricky for Microsoft. On one hand, they have the Xbox Game Pass, where if you want to, I don't know, rent the game and play it when it releases, you can enjoy it on the Xbox platform. That's fine. On the other hand, if you want to play it on PlayStation, you've got to pay 70 odd quid for it, and you can play it on the PlayStation. However, Sony have mandated the game, so with Sony mandating any game released onto the PlayStation after September 2024, all those games will have support for the PS5 Pro, meaning it has to be enhanced for the Pro. Therefore, you have Call of Duty Black Ops 6, which, let's be honest, it sells around 25 to 30 million copies every single year. If you want to play it on console in its best format, you play it on the Pro. But Microsoft and Xbox cannot say that. They cannot advertise it plays best on PlayStation. They cannot say it. It's a first-party game. You've got Xbox as one of its first-party studio games, the biggest game which sells the most copies every year. If you want to play Call of Duty with the best performance, the best fidelity, the best frame rates, go and play it on the PS5 Pro. They cannot say that. So here's what will happen. The game will come out, I believe it's October 25th, and there will be lots of hype about playing it on Game Pass via your monthly rental subscription. Fine, not a problem. The game will be out everywhere on the 25th. And then when the PS5 Pro comes out a couple of weeks later, you'll be able to buy the game at its enhanced version from day one on the PlayStation platform. On the Pro, that is, right? The enhanced version. I don't think it'll be advertised anywhere specifically. It's not a good look for Microsoft Xbox, therefore they'll keep that under the radar. In fact, if it does get announced that it's going to be Pro enhanced for PlayStation, I'll be absolutely shocked. So I don't expect it to get announced. Like I said, it's not a good look for Xbox. However, expect Call of Duty Black Ops to be PS5 Pro enhanced from day one, along with any other new game coming to the PlayStation platform. Day one for me on PlayStation. Not a huge Call of Duty gamer, but I've got to admit, I've played the last few games. Yeah, it's mainly the single player campaign on various difficulty levels. I mean, they're really short campaigns, right? You can get them done in about 6 to 8 hours or so, and then dabble in some online modes for a couple of months, and then forget about it like I do every year. But how about that? The best place to play Call of Duty will be on the PS5 Pro. How many people out there having a complete meltdown right now? And talking about games that are PS5 Pro enhanced, here's another game that's been confirmed to get PS5 Pro support. BioWare have officially confirmed that Dragon Age, the Veilguard, the latest entry in the beloved Dragon Age series set of games, will receive full support for the upcoming PS5 Pro. The development team is reportedly excited about how they have utilized the power of the PlayStation's new AI-driven upscaling technology. That's the PSSR, to enhance the game's visual and overall performance. With the release of the Veilguard just around the corner, fans of the fantasy RPG are eager to see how the game will shine on Sony's new hardware. The PS5 Pro promises to provide players with an upgraded version that will be evident from the moment they step into the richly detailed world of Thedas. Players will be able to choose between two performance modes, fidelity and performance, with both offering substantial improvements. The fidelity mode, locked at 30 frames per second, will benefit from sharper textures, more detailed environments and higher resolution, while the performance mode will deliver smooth 60 frames per second with improvements to visual settings such as lighting and shadows that were not possible on the base PS5 model. One standout feature of the PS5 Pro version is the implementation of ray-traced ambient occlusion, otherwise referred to as RTAO, which was previously only available in the fidelity mode at 30 frames per second. This technology improves how low light interacts with the environment, giving the world of Veilguard a more realistic atmospheric look. Now, with the PS5 Pro's enhanced processing power, players can enjoy these effects even in performance mode at 60 frames per second, making combat and exploration more visually engaging and fluid. The launch of Dragon Age the Veilguard is scheduled for October 31st on 2024, just a week before the PS5 Pro hits shelves. Players who are ready to experience a next-gen upgrade will be able to preload the game on October 29th, ensuring that they can jump straight into the action. Whether fans decide to play immediately on the base PS5 or wait for the full PS5 Pro enhancements, the game is sure to be a visual and strategic treat for RPG enthusiasts. So another game offering its support for the PS5 Pro. The performance mode sounds really good, especially running at 60 FPS and offering such visual improvements. Very much looking forward to this one within the first week or so of the PS5 Pro launching. The games I want to play already on the Pro are just building up. I'm not sure where I'm going to get the time to play all of this. There seems to be more and more publishers and developers coming out now on a regular basis, almost daily, announcing their support for the PS5 Pro and declaring that the games are going to be Pro enhanced, which is great to hear. So the list of games is building on a daily basis. So guys, just before I forget to mention, if you like the video so far and typically enjoy gaming and PlayStation news, rumors and leaks videos, please give the video a like or leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Really helps the video out and the channel a whole bunch. And if you enjoy content like this and want to support me even more as a content creator, consider becoming a channel member and get yourself some exclusive member perks. So let's move on. So there seems to be some trouble at Bandai Namco Namco, the renowned Japanese video game developer, is facing controversy after a report from Bloomberg claimed that the company is using underhanded tactics to encourage employees to leave the company voluntarily. And that sounds very sly, doesn't it? The report suggests that Bandai Namco has cancelled several high-profile projects, leaving developers assigned to those games without any work. The alleged strategy is referred to as Odashi Beya. I'm not sure if I pronounced it correctly. It's in Japanese, Odashi Beya. Somebody will correct me in the comments down below. So it involves isolating employees and pressuring them to resign by withholding new assignments, thus avoiding any severance payments. According to the report, around 200 employees have been placed in this situation since April 2024, with half of them resigning. This tactic, while it is controversial, is said to be a culturally specific method used by some Japanese companies to force employees out when large-scale layoffs are not an option due to the company's strict labor laws. While Bandai Namco has officially denied the allegations, claiming that their decisions to cancel games are based on comprehensive assessments, the move has sparked a wave of resignations and left many wondering about the company's future. Among the cancelled projects are several unannounced titles tied to popular franchises like One Piece and Naruto. Even a game that had been commissioned by Nintendo has reportedly been shelved, signaling deeper issues within the company's development pipeline. The cancellations, combined with an industry-wide turndown, have taken their toll on Bandai Namco. Earlier this year, the company confirmed it had cancelled 5 unannounced games and incurred significant financial losses due to the underperformance of unnamed titles, widely believed to be the MMORPG Blue Protocol. Now, despite these setbacks, Bandai Namco has enjoyed some recent successes, such as the strong launch of Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, which has sold over 3 million units in just 24 hours. However, the internal turmoil combined with project cancellations paints a picture of a company grappling with an uncertain future right now. It's certainly not a position any employees would want to be in. The uncertainty and not knowing about the future is certainly not a good look, and it certainly isn't good for anyone's health and sanity. Let's hope that they can resolve the issues as quickly as possible. There is lots of doom and gloom right now across the gaming and tech industries, with multiple layoffs, studio closures and project cancellations. Just want to see an end to this as soon as possible and get studios developing new games and new IP again. So let's move on. There is a great deal of excitement if you are a fan of the Resident Evil franchise. After a Metacritic page for Resident Evil 9 went live, it sparked rumours that a reveal for the next installment is imminent. Although Capcom has yet to confirm anything officially, the appearance of a page on Metacritic is often a telltale sign of an upcoming announcement. The timing has led many to believe that the game could be unveiled as early as December 2024 during the Game Awards, one of the game industry's most prominent events. The speculation aligns with earlier reports from industry insiders who claim that Resident Evil 9 has been in development for nearly 7 years and could be set for release in early 2025. Now, Dusk Golem, who is a well-known leaker, has got a solid track record on Resident Evil news. He suggested that the game could drop as early as January 2025, much sooner than many people anticipate. And if this is true, this would mark a major addition to Capcom's release slate and could make for a thrilling start for 2025, especially for horror enthusiasts. Additionally, fans are hopeful that Resident Evil 9 will be optimized for the PS5 Pro, which it will be. We know because of Sony's mandate it will be, and that's expected to launch shortly before the game's release. As Sony has mandated all publishers and developers that games must be PS5 Pro enhanced if you're releasing a game on PlayStation, we can all assume that all games post-September 2024 will be PS5 Pro enhanced. So with the new console's enhanced graphics capabilities, Resident Evil 9 will deliver an even more immersive survival horror experience, complete with 4K visuals and improved ray tracing. Now, we have 3 major events taking place between now and the end of 2024. We've got the Xbox Partner Showcase happening tomorrow on Thursday, October the 17th, which, funny enough, coincides with the second event, which is the Gamescom in Asia, starting on the 17th until the weekend. I think it ends on Sunday. And then the final event of the year is the Game Awards. I think all 3 events will show us new gameplay reveals for games that have been rumored to be coming out for 2025 and beyond. And I want to know about Resident Evil 9 as soon as possible, so I hope we get to hear about that at the Xbox Partner Showcase. But either way, within the next few weeks, we will get to know for sure what's happening with Resident Evil 9. And speaking of Resident Evil, Capcom has revealed on X that Resident Evil 4 Remake has surpassed 8 million copies worldwide since its release in March 2023. The game's sales continue to thrive well over a year after its launch, showcasing its enduring popularity. The last significant sales milestone for the critically acclaimed remake was reported in May 2024 when it reached 7 million units sold globally. Since then, the game has added another million copies to its total in less than 6 months, a remarkable feat for a title that has already been on the market for some time. The release of Resident Evil 4 Gold Edition earlier this year, which included the additional content and features, has likely contributed to the boost in sales. Resident Evil 4 is a full-scale reimagining of the original 2005 action horror classic, which was directed by Shinji Mikami. The remake stays true to the core of the original while incorporating modernized gameplay mechanics, visuals, and expanded story elements. Set 6 years after the events of Resident Evil 2 and its own remake, the story follows Leon Kennedy, now a US government agent, as he embarks on a mission to rescue the kidnapped daughter of the US president from a mysterious cult in a remote European village. In addition to the main campaign, the game offers a fan's favorite mercenaries mode where players can engage in fast-paced combat scenarios. Capcom also released the Separate Ways DLC, which delves into the parallel storyline of Ada Wong, offering players a chance to experience events that intersect with Leon's journey. Interestingly, Resident Evil 4 has a history of development challenges. Initially announced in November 2002, the game underwent multiple versions before Capcom finally settled on a version that became an instant classic. The remake honors that legacy, bringing new life to a beloved title for both returning fans and newcomers to the series. The sales milestone highlights Resident Evil 4's remake's staying power in the competitive gaming market, and it also reinforces its status as one of the standout games of the current console generation. Excellent sales news for Resident Evil 4, and just like how the Gold Edition spiked sales for Resident Evil 4, imagine games being boosted and enhanced for the PS5 Pro. I think this will give people a chance to dive back into games that they previously played maybe a while back, or it will encourage people to go out and pick up new games that they haven't played or maybe they've missed. Now that they are boosted or PS5 Pro enhanced, it gives people a chance to go back in and dive into those games. I think it'll be interesting to see from various sales reports in a few months' time. Let's say we give the PS5 Pro 6 months, so looking into 2025, let's say kind of April, May, June time, right? It'd be good to see sales reports from that time to see if there's any correlation since the release of the PS5 Pro and the sales numbers of games that have already been out for a while that have had some kind of an impact or a spike since the PS5 Pro has come out. That'd be a fascinating report to look at, just to see if there is an impact on game sales after the release of the PS5 Pro, older games in particular. Anyway, let's move on to our final topic here. More than a month after its initial release in the USA, the PS5 welcome page is finally making its way to UK players, and yippity-doo-dah, finally. The new feature, which aims to enhance user interaction with the PlayStation ecosystem, is designed to offer quick access to essential information such as friends' activities, system updates, and even battery life stats for your DualSense controllers. It serves as a personalized hub that appears right after booting up the console, streamlining the process of getting into the action. Users in the UK can now customize their welcome page, choosing from a variety of background images, including screenshots from their own media galleries. While the feature is largely seen as a quality of life improvement, it marks Sony's continued efforts to refine the PS5 user experience and more system-wide features into the console interface. With this new feature, players can stay more connected to the broader PlayStation community, enhancing their overall gaming experiences. Okay guys, that's going to do it for the video. Apologies that I sound a little bit bunged up, got a bit of a cold, but I hope the video was good enough for you guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below about the topics we've discussed today. Thank you for watching, and if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, and I'll catch you on the next video.